Hi everybody, it's v8burble from Hybrid Me doing the weekly roundup of the winners and losers, the runners and riders from last week taking part in the events over at simulatorgolftour.com. This is of course this week using version 2 of GSPRO, which is the new release from GSPRO that came out. And I did a video showing you what's new in GSPRO version 2. And also talking through some of those features. I missed a couple of things, the skills test and the setting up the CTPs, but I'll cover them in subsequent videos. And other people have been putting out great videos, including Ralph, who's done hints and tips. So please check out all the videos and resources out there to get the maximum experience from GSPRO, which is fabulous. Now this morning, I didn't get a chance to play many rounds this week. It's just been one of those weeks. But this morning I tried to cram my Pro Tour rounds in. And I'm pleased to say that the tree physics look great. They seemed really more realistic and maybe slightly more forgiving, which is a nice thing, I think, when you're playing sim golf, though nothing crazy. If I hit a trunk, it still went straight back at me. However, it did mean that I went full burble, and I mean full burble. I believe probably 10 to 20 club tosses. At some point, I javelin through the broomstick putter, and the head came off, and then I threw the head and the shaft independently at a wall. The video is recorded. I don't know if it will surface. I need to see if I can actually just get myself in a mental state appropriate to be able to handle showing people this is how bad it was this morning. I'll probably edit it down, but that will follow at some point. But where else to start with the update than, or the review, than the web tour? And I don't normally do that. I don't start with the web tour. I'm very rude about the web tour. But we're starting with the web tour because there's been a lot of discussion on Discord about what is the web tour and what should it be and who's playing it. And effectively, the original intentions of the web tour were that it was going to be designed for newer golfers to sim and those older guys that maybe prefer to play shorter setups, and certainly not designed for new, very good golfers to come in who hit it a mile on the short setups and go away with the wins on the tour. What is happening now is there was a lack of data that could be gathered from the software, but with GSPRO version 2, there's now some new data points being gathered, and the owner of SGT has put out an update stating what will be happening from this week's event, which is this week's event that is open going forward. And the update is here. The key bit is, if within a round you have 2 or more shots over 145 miles an hour ball speed and you score better than or equal to a -2, you will not show up on the leaderboards. You will be pretty much kicked from that event this week. If you're not sure if that qualifies for you, then these guys, if you're one of these, you would have been kicked from this week's event. Now, that's not to say you've done anything wrong this week. It's just saying, be aware, you will be notified through some means if you contravene this. I believe the intention is to send an email out, but these guys would have been kicked from the event this week based on hitting it further than is desired for the web tour. And if you're not sure, well, will I be kicked out? Maybe I do hit it that far. Probably play PGA. It's really aimed at those that comfortably do hit shorter and those that are newer to sim golf. Play PGA and get more world ranking points, and we'll see you on there. Certainly I'll be playing the PGA. So without further ado, that's aside now. I'm just going to talk about who played this week's event and who were the winners and who were the losers. So the winners this week on the web tour were, on looking at the gross leaderboard, it was Mac Tiago who took it by one shot with a very good second round. Second place, CO Golf Engineer. Tied third, Mist and Greco, and tied fifth, BVDB, Rickett, and BB119. So well done, guys. But Mac Tiago's the big winner for this one. Now, I think his name appeared on the list. So, bag your win, move up to PGA would be my suggestion. Or don't hit it so far. Your choice. And let's look at the net lead. Oh no, let's look down the bottom. If we look down, how many people took part in web? It's actually a pretty good turnout, very good turnout. 138 finished both rounds, so obviously a lot more teed up. And SK15M, shout out for you at the bottom of the leaderboard. Well done getting that round in. I do ask people to comment on videos, and I get a painfully lack of comments. And somebody did. It was JSR Golf, because he had the joy of being bottom of the web event last week. So glad to see you up there in 125th. Well done. I did say I'd give him a shout out. Let's look at the net winner for this week. And the net winner on the web tour for the Worldwide Technology Championship at Bucks Run Golf Club was Jay Ross. And took it with a handicap of 6, not massively bagger, but 16 under, yeah, the best bagger of the week. Took it by 3 shots from Rob P, Greco SU, Puff Dragon, and Zed Maxwell and Rich Rod finishing out the top 5. So well done, Jay Ross, for winning the net event this week. Looking down the bottom, we've got Dirt 6816. So well done getting that round in and finishing them off. And where's Craig? Where's Sea Dog? I know he was looking forward to people being kicked out so that he could maybe bag a win. There he is, 26th on net. I think he's about 16th on gross. Moving on to the PGA. So as I say, I encourage as many people as possible. If you really think you're on the board of, do you hit it far enough, get up on PGA, play there. Otherwise, you'll be named and shamed at some point, or worse, you'll just get kicked out of the round and you'll have wasted your time. PGA winner this week on gross at Bucks Run again. The Worldwide Technology Championship was C. Buford 10, a name that I'm not familiar with. I may have shouted it out previously, but well done. Taking it by very close to the top there. Taking it by 1 shot from the Miller and Bettery in second, and Jason Sull. And then tied 5th, Jay Strabler, IOJR 17. And a name that is mega familiar to me, Anon Gregg. I'm sure Anon Gregg was like back playing, competing with Shanky like way back, and I'm talking like when I first built the sim using the old Jack Nicklaus Perfect Golf software. If it is Anon Gregg, I'm sure he's should be up on the pro leaderboards. But anyhow, well done all you guys, and C. Buford 10 for taking that. How many people finished? There's Tommy down there in 18th. Or sorry, up there in 18th, I mean to say. Let's look down the leaderboard, and a really good turnout for PGA. 138 people finishing their rounds. I like that. And SK15M down there at the bottom. Well done getting those rounds in. I'm just checking something for myself. Was it SK15 who was down the bottom of the web? This isn't any way of saying, oh no, how bad. It's kind of like, yeah, it is. I love that. Get those rounds in, keep playing it, and work your way up the leaderboard. Well done. I'll be well chuffed if he's also banged in the rounds on Pro Tour, but we will see. But anyhow, back to their winner again, C. Buford this week. Well done. Let's have a look at the net leaderboard. See if it's as close at the top. Nope, there was one bagger that stood out this week, and that was B. Patrick 14. Well done. Really good first round, solid second round, winning it by 5 from Greco. Third place, IOJR 17, triple bogey par, and finishing in top 5, Jay Liotti and Run Pudrun. And there you go, Run Pudrun. See his name a lot with the courses being released, and I've got a mammoth course video update to do. I need to probably dedicate a whole day for that, given how many courses have been released. So that is coming up in the next few days. But yeah, well done. I love to see the course designers also finishing in the leaderboards. So well done, run. And looking at the bottom, SK15M down there. So well done, as I say, getting those rounds in. And also, it's always good to see people finish rounds. I don't like seeing people get to kind of midway through round 2 and think, nah, I'm not going to win anything. Jack it in, get the rounds finished, and then get that leaderboard populated. So well done. Moving on to Pro Tour, and of course this is the best golfers around, so anyone that wins gross on Pro deserves to, and they're the best golfer of the week. And this week, as with many other weeks, it's Willie 8 who took it by a country mile, from Carnival in second, D-Show and Keymart in third, and Bob Chung, the legend Bob Chung, finishing out the top 5. So well done, Willie. Absolutely killed everybody. Let's look at that second round, 18 under. I mean, 3 of us have played a 3-man scramble and we got 18 under and we were well chuffed. That is obscene. How come that's not 18 under? Oh, second round. I was thinking it didn't quite add up to 18. Looking at round 2, only the 2 eagles. I mean, what went wrong on the back 9? Very disappointing back 9, but yeah, stunning golf. So well played for getting that one done. How many people finished pro? Only 61. I'd love to see more, and I notice whoever it was again from the other 2 didn't quite make the Pro Tour, but play it. You can always play up a tour and play the longer setup and just get your name on there. Start getting world ranking points and moving up the leaderboard, and I'll show that in a few seconds. But well done, Mr. Robot, for getting those rounds in and rounding out the pro event. Let's look at net leaderboard. It's got to be Willie again if he's that far clear on gross, and it is. Willie took it from Simman52, not seen that name before. Well done in second. D-Show and Mookie Moya third, and Dan 22nd and 22nd. Yeah, I've got to work out how to say that. Well done for rounding out the top 5, and at the bottom of the web was Badge Comp. So as I say, always try and play up and get your world ranking points, because the current world rankings, I should add, my performance was abysmal this week. Thus the rage, 40th net. Yeah, just garbage. World ranking points. Let's see who is leading the world rankings at this moment in time. I could do the leaderboard for all of the others, but I'll do that in a couple of weeks' time to review all the other tours and see how it's shaping up. But at the top, in a world ranking number 1 spot is Willie 8, and I have seen him winning a lot of events. Keymart second, Bob Chung third, WGR, love it. That's a legendary position, being third. It's kind of the coolest position. Everybody knows that. And the Mooks and GSPRO finishing out the top 5. I'm lucky to be hanging there in 17. Now we're in the winter season. I'm going to sink like a stone. Now we've got good golfers coming in and playing sim golf instead of the outdoor stuff. Moving on to the other events that were run. We had the Auto Putt Tour. The Auto Putt Tour winner for gross this week was J-Lag by only 1 shot. So it was close at the top. GSPRO in second, Keymart third, Bob Chung fourth, and Brett and Crep top 5. Those guys figure on loads of leaderboards. I'll give Wiz a shout out in 7th. He'll love that. How many people played the Auto Putt Tour? And of course, some people won't be able to putt with their launch monitors, so it is a competitive tour with quite a few entries. And 117 people finishing the 2 rounds is great. Sublime there at the bottom with less than Sublime Golf. Have I done that gag before? I think I might have. But well done getting the round in there. I didn't mean to be rude. Kind of did, but you know what I mean. Looking at net, the net leaderboard for the Auto Putt was won by a good bagging handicap. That 11 handicap, shooting 11 under. That's quality, top quality bagging. Tandy took it from, or Banditry, as it might be a UK version. Tandy, well done for winning the net event. Run Pud Run second, again course designer, good to see. Fieldy Golf third, Copson and Scratch finishing the top 5. Down the bottom of the Auto Putt Tour in 117th, CB _. So well done for getting that in. Moving on, we had the Par 3 event this week. I don't think there is any net leaderboard for Par 3 from memory. So looking at the gross leaderboard, Brett took it. Now Brett hits it at country mile, so it's good to see that he can also hit it less far accurately. And beating Willie, that's not an easy achievement. So well done, Brett. Willie second, Keymart third, and rounding out the top 5, Balaveras, D-Show and Baldo. So well done, guys. And I enjoy the Par 3. I mean, I said just didn't play any golf this week, even though we had the new release. But it's always good to get these 2 rounds done. And Sublime down there at the bottom of the leaderboard for the Par 3 event. But well done all you guys that got these rounds in. Looking on to the 2-man scramble. Sadly, John and I didn't have time to catch up to put our scores in this week. Otherwise, would have won it. And the winners are not those guys, is it? Leaderboard issue. Just going to quickly see if they actually did play it. They did play it. They shot level. Okay. The winners were Salty and Carnival, from what I can tell. Just ahead of T-Mac and Typhoon, Bob Chung, D-Show, and C. Gillum 22, J. Strabler, and officially rounding out the top 5 are these guys. Lots of names to leader, but Salty and Carnival taking it by 1, unless I loaded the wrong leaderboard. The scrambles are so much fun, whether it's just a social scramble or whether it's taking part in the 2-man each week. Get your teams in there and take part. It's good fun. You know, one day you might be carrying your partner, the other day your partner will be carrying you, and Heaven forbid that you dovetail beautifully and score well, but it's good fun. Good fun format, so well done to Salty and Carnival there. And the winners for net, as it loads, are, again, C. Gillum and J. Strabler took it by one shot for net winners, so well done. Moving on to the four-man scramble. This is I did it last week, showing who won the October one. This is the November event. Only one team have got the scores in so far, so these aren't the winners, but this is the first week. We've still got 3 more weeks to go, and that's the target at the moment, level par. I'm just going to go out there and be brave and say that I'm going to think that level par isn't going to win the four-man scramble event. No offence, guys. I'm just going to put it out there, but let's see. I could be wrong. Now, there was also the Sim Golf 3-man competition I'd been showing on these updates, and the semi-finals took place, and those guys had a very competitive semi-final. This one was less so. Our team scored 20. I should add that we ran out of time. Got a message at about like 10 o'clock in the evening saying, should we just do it now? And I was kind of a bottle of wine in and still had one on the go, and it like my golf wasn't optimal. Let's just put it that way. I apologise to Tommy and John. I did at the time, and I will again. I contributed nothing, and we got blown out of the water. So we're in the third man bronze match. We will give it our best shot this week, but the winner is going to be decided between these two teams. So we will announce it, or I will cover it next week. And that concludes the update for this week. I hope that's been helpful. Not helpful, but maybe enjoyable. If I've offended anybody, I apologise. It's not my intention. I just want to encourage more people to get those rounds in. Don't be, if you are worried that I'll shout you out, send me a message and say, don't mention my name, please. I'll be more than happy to avoid it. But I just think it's great that we can all compete with different launch monitors using the best software available in the market, which is GSPRO version 2 now. And using the best tour site, simulatorgolftour.com, supporting so many different events. And I'm sure there'll be a Ryder Cup coming up soon, which will get the USA versus the rest of the world, get the blood pumping. Thank you for your time, and I will see you on the next update. Goodbye.